He's heating up!
Hey guys, hi, it's Vash. Remember me? Yeah, that guy. So what's up? How's it going? I hope you guys are all doing great and having a good time, an amazing time. It's like 6 p.m., so the freeway might be a little loud. So I apologize if there's background noise. I'll try my best to remove it as best as I can, but no promises. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful and great. I'm doing okay, I guess, but that's not what I'm here for today. Today, I'm here to talk about Ghostwire Tokyo. I was lucky enough to be chosen to play the game early by Bethesda, so thank you guys for thinking of me. They always do, man. Not always, but usually they do, man. And I really appreciate it, so thank you so much, Bethesda, for giving me a chance to play the game and to give you my impressions on the first bit of the game. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about Ghostwire Tokyo for a bit. That's what I just said. I'm reading my notes. I wrote down a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, but I don't want to read it to you and be like a robot. So I think I'm gonna scan it and then just give you like my own version of what I wrote down. Okay, so let's talk about the impressions. Well, my impressions of Ghostwire Tokyo. It is fun. It is quite a bit of fun. I really enjoy it. It's very pretty. The game is gorgeous. The lighting, like the environments, it's really pretty. I know before in the past I told you guys about how like I don't really dig first-person games anymore, but this one I can't really see it working with it being in third person, you know? Like now that I've had a little bit of time with it, like they really put a lot of effort into the powers and the way things look, and you're not going to be able to see it if your camera is behind, you know, the back of your head. You're not going to be able to enjoy all the color and all the stuff that they have going on for you. To let you guys know, which you should already know because they've already stated it, Ghostwire Tokyo is a action adventure game. It's got horror elements, which is like similar to Resident Evil in a way, whereas like Resident Evil was never really scary, but it was a horror-based like action game, and that's kind of how this game is. There's a lot of action in it. It's a heavy emphasis on the spectral combat with the powers and abilities that you get. One thing I would recommend though, if you get this game or when you do get this game, is that the game has a lot of detail to the environment. So do yourself a favor and walk around. I know like when you have places to go and people to see and stuff to do, you kind of just beeline to where you need to go, and a lot of people don't really take the time to like absorb what's around them and immerse themselves into it. And this game definitely is worth your time investing into the world. Like just pay attention to stuff. There's a lot of really tiny things I can guarantee you that 9 out of 10 people are going to completely miss or overlook. There's lots of little tiny things going on that just taking the time to walk around and look around, it'll really pull you into it and you'll start to notice things. My favorite thing about the side missions is that each like side quest / side mission has its own little mini story going on, and it gives you a lot more lore on what's going on in the city. So you just kind of get more of an idea instead of you feel like, oh, I'm running around, I have no idea what the hell is going on. So you feel more connected to it because you know what the hell is going on. You can see the kind of problems that other people are having in this world, and it low-key teaches you, because I actually learned quite a bit doing a couple of side missions about different Japanese urban legends and like yokai and stuff like that. Like dude, I don't know, man. Like the only thing I know about yokai is Yokai Watch. Like that's it. I don't know anything about it, and I learned quite a bit doing some side missions that involve yokai. And it's super interesting to learn about stuff like that, because I like to learn, believe it or not. It's one of my favorite things to do. But there are a lot of collectibles in the game that I've seen so far. So if you're gonna be running around and trying to do everything, collecting stuff, finding things, you're gonna be in this bad boy for a while. There's a lot of stuff to look at and a lot of things to do. Let's see, what else did I write down here? I already talked about that, talking about combat, so it's similar to Resident Evil. I wrote that one out of order. Yeah, I already did talk about that one. I talked about that with the side quests. There's some platforming in the game too. You can kind of like swing around like Spider-Man. On Tengus, you can throw these wires and sling up to rooftops off Tengus, and to get around the roof, you can like float a little bit. You can like glide. Good thing about that is a lot of people always have like a little bit of stress of like, well, what if I fall? So to let you guys know, there is no fall damage, so you can fall and it doesn't matter. Just sling yourself back up to the roof and try again. So don't really worry about that. You can pet dogs and cats. That's always a plus. How many games can you pet dogs and cats? You can even talk to them and shit. And a bunch of shops are ran by like yokai. They look like cats, so like whoever, you know, put this together really likes cats. So if you like cats, you're gonna see a lot of cats in this game. There's a lot of dogs and cats, and you can pet them. That shit's cool. You also get a bow and arrow, which is mostly used for stealth, which that's what I've been using it for stealth. Arrows can be found laying around, or you can buy them from shops. That is also something else you can upgrade to get more arrows, because I believe they start you off with like 10, and that ain't enough. So if you really like the bow and arrow, you can invest some points into it to get more arrows. I would say that so far in the thing I'm most impressed with is the way the two characters that you're playing as talk to each other. Akito and KK, the way they banter and the way they talk to each other. I really like stuff like that. Like one of my favorite things, which is completely irrelevant, is Tales games and how the characters interact with each other and talk to each other. It really makes them feel more human instead of like, I'm a robot man in a video game. You know what I mean? Like, it makes them feel like they're more alive, and I really appreciate stuff like that when characters talk and interact with each other. When it's not weird, because sometimes, like, it gets weird in a way where you're like, yeah, this isn't how humans talk to each other. But KK is pretty much like your guide in the game. He kind of just kind of lets you know what's popping off and what's going on. But him and usually he talks to the player, Akito, which is pretty much you. But it's nice when they interact with each other, because then you learn about what's going on. Because like one of my favorite things is when you go into a new area and Akito either mentions something to KK, or KK will say like, oh, this area, and then he starts talking about like, you know, the area, and it's interesting to learn about stuff like that. So that's probably my favorite part, is of them talking to each other, especially if, you know, this character you're going to be with for the next 40 hours or whatever, however long it is. You don't want them to suck or be annoying, you know? That's lame. Can you imagine being around something you don't like for too long? That sucks. But so far, it's nice. I really enjoy it. I really like it. I think it's really nice. Now, more of a like technical kind of thing with the controller. The game does use the PS5 adaptive triggers a lot. It also uses vibration a lot. Your controller is going to literally fight you back. Because goddamn, there's a lot of vibration in this game. I personally think the adaptive triggers are kind of stupid, but whatever. I usually turn it off, but for this game I left it on because it wasn't that big of an issue. The only time I really noticed the adaptive triggers being difficult to pull is when you are fighting and you pull the cores out of them, which it really feels like you're like yanking and your controller vibrates like crazy. So it really makes you feel like you're really struggling to yank these cores out. But like the last time I had adaptive triggers was on like Resident Evil, and I just turned them off because it just made it difficult to shoot. And sometimes I'd get hit trying to shoot because the trigger was being a pain in the ass to pull, but that's not a problem in this one so far. One thing about the controls though is that if you can see in the gameplay, my aim is really bad, and that is because the controls are really slow. Like, the sticks are very, very slow. You can go in the options and change it to make it more sensitive so that it's easier for you to move around. I'm like in the middle with it. It's kind of difficult for me to figure out exactly what I want, because I want things to be a little bit slower so I don't miss. But then when things are too slow, it's kind of, you know, cumbersome to move around. It's a little difficult. So, but yeah, that's one thing I would recommend. I had the same problem with Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village's controls were way too slow for me too, and after a little bit of tweaking, I was able to do it right. I think they give you like 3 or 4 options to move it around to fix it, so I guess just mess around with it until it feels natural, and then there you go. But Ghostwire Tokyo so far is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely a very unique game that I did not expect, especially from Tango Gameworks, I believe they're called. I know Tango, but I can never remember the second part of the name. They did The Evil Within 1 and 2. A lot of people, including myself, expected the game to be similar, like a horror game, and this is definitely something that I did not expect, but it is not a negative or bad thing. It is a very unique video game that so far is pretty cool. I quite enjoy it a bit. Like I said, mostly like learning about everything that's going on, because like I like spooky shit and like urban legends and ghosts and, you know, ghosts, and like learning about all that kind of stuff because it's interesting to me. Like, for example, 2 days ago I learned about El Cucuy, you know, the Mexican boogeyman. That was really entertaining to read about that, and I like learning about things like that. I really enjoy that. So I got a couple of minutes. I'm gonna let a gameplay video run out for you guys so you can see some gameplay without me talking over it, and you can listen to it and see how it goes on. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all are having a beautiful day. I am gonna go take a shower because it's 6 p.m. and I want to get it done early because I'm tired of showering at 4 in the morning. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Here, Mari. She needs my help. All right.
Don't let us down, little guy. I'm sensing visitors around here.
No way, they're here too?
Use spectral vision to see what's going on. It can tell you where visitors are lurking, where the fog is coming from. Irritating little jerks.
Oh, what's this?
Sensing a strong power. There's something here. Use spectral vision to search the entire shrine. It'll also find any spirits left behind.
Oh, what's this?
People always pray at times like this.
Hey, it worked, right?
Oh, we can use this.